The Hard Truth, Season 10, with Akosia Konedu, only on Viasat 1.
Brought to you by EcoBank.
World Autism Awareness Day is celebrated each year on 2nd of April, encouraging member states of the United Nations to take measures to raise awareness about children with autism throughout the world. And as we celebrated here in Ghana this year, there are still a lot of questions about the awareness. How much progress have we made as a people in talking openly about autism and the care required? How willing are families to seek the right care for children diagnosed with autism, and have we moved away from the spiritual connotations attached to autism and its related disorders? Tonight on The Hard Truth, we have Madam Sewa Kweno, founder and director of Autism Awareness Care and Training, and Alice Mamaga Akosia, 2014-2015 Tigo Digital Change Maker and the director for Autism Ambassadors of Ghana. My name is Nana Akosia Konedu, and this is The Hard Truth. We are proudly brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Tomorrow is World Autism Day. Do you know about autism? Well, I don't know much, but we have experts in the studio who will share their thoughts on what autism is. How do we control it? So we are blessed to have Mami or Madam Sewa Kweno, founder and director of Autism Awareness Care and Training Center here in Accra. Welcome, Madam. And the lady here is Alice Mamaga Akosia, my namesake, Amwako, 2014-2015 Digital Change Maker and Director of Autism Ambassadors of Ghana. Welcome, Alice.
Thank you.
I don't want to call you Akosia. There's only one Akosia on the show today. Welcome, ladies, to The Hard Truth. Miss, let me start with you. Now, what is autism? We hear of autism or autism spectrum disorder. How different is it from neurodevelopmental disorders? What would you say?
Actually, autism is one of the neurodevelopmental disorders. It is a disorder that is growing by leaps and bounds. It is growing at a faster rate than all of them. And what it is, as you have said, it's a neurodevelopmental disorder. But I'd like to go in simple terms. That imagine you have a television set, that the wire goes a little off, so your TV just goes. Mm-hmm. And so this autism, really, it's like maybe the layers and things, there's something. It's something small. It's not a big thing. But it causes them to have social interaction problems. Number one is also communication. That many of them have deficits with language. And even when they have language, it's not like you and I, we're conversing, we're talking, you're looking at me, I'm looking at you, we're gesturing in the right way. But with the person with autism, sometimes they may, even when they talk, sometimes you can find that there's something not quite, it's different.
And so let me ask you, what causes it? I mean, I'm thinking that you don't know?
We don't know.
So you I know you have a son who is autistic. So when you were pregnant, I'm sure I asked you this in private, I want people to put at home to also have an idea, so please forgive me. When you got pregnant, did you do something different from what expectant mothers are supposed to do, or were supposed to do in your case? What did you do? Were you taking your drugs? Were you taking everything else you were supposed to? Were you drinking? What was it?
I was doing everything. I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't smoke. I didn't do anything. I just lived a normal life, took my vitamins, took my folic acid. So nobody really knows what causes autism.
When did you discover your son was autistic or had autism?
That's also great. it's usually for most people, they notice that the child is not communicating. By the age of about 15 months and to 18 months, I was concerned because he wasn't talking. So he was diagnosed by the age of 2. I think this is about the age group between 2 and 3 where the diagnosis is.
Mamaka, you realize the World Health Organization came out with the statistics about 20% of children worldwide are affected with autism. Now, in the past several years, autism wasn't really known in Ghana as it stands now. So I want to ask you, do you think that these awareness or campaigns have been helping in bringing up cases that have been hidden? What do you say?
Yes, I think really the awareness is helping to bring out some of the cases with regards to autism, because when Auntie Sewa started the awareness, indeed she has done a great awareness, and then we are also coming to help. And you realize that now some of the parents and families are willing to bring out their kids living with autism. They are now ready to let the world know that we have a child living with autism. Formerly, it was very, very difficult, and Auntie Sewa can tell us a lot about that. It was difficult for a family to bring out a child to say, we have a son or a daughter living with autism, because of the stigma around it, because of what the society sees autism to be. So one thing Auntie Sewa started, and we also keep doing, is that we really let the society understand the need to accept children living with autism, and then have to do away with all the superstitions that comes around it.
Auntie, so I'm sure mothers are, people in similar situations are thinking, so how do I know I have a 3-month baby or a 4-month baby? The baby is quiet, the baby, as you just said. Are the symptoms the same? Do you think the symptoms are the same?
Autism, because you say it's a spectrum.
Right.
No, they're not. But they are similar. Some things can happen to one autistic child. It doesn't necessarily the same with the other autistic child. But it's certain types of behaviors that are grouped together that you can tell, oh yes. But some mothers will say to you, oh, my baby is so quiet, she's so good, she sleeps and she's very quiet. That's a red flag. And then another mother will say to you, my son is crying all the time. I can't comfort him. He's not sleeping. He's not doing anything. This is what makes autism so difficult, because it's either one way or it's not a particular thing, because a child who is very quiet could also have a difficulty.
Isn't there like a medication? I don't know, I'm thinking we had the vascular disease is something that we had for kids, so they had to be injected and all. Don't we have some medication to tame it at least? Don't we have anything like that?
We're not talking about behavior that we can. But medication, we don't want that, because they all come with side effects.
But is there any?
I don't want to say yes. I'm being very... Before you go to medication, it is because they're very strong medication. Can you imagine a baby or a 2-year-old who's having such difficulties? So what we say is, we then teach them this behavior therapies. There's applied behavior analysis. A child is brought in, you're taught how to really manage. And when you do these things, and that's why we can go into it, but there's a concept, there's a reason why that behavior is happening. So we need to find out what is really causing this. So therefore then, when you understand, because there's an antecedent to the behavior, so you have to find out what that is. A child who is wet in their diaper will be crying, so you change the baby.
Right.
So when the baby is crying so much, could it be gripe? Could it be something else? It could be these lights in here, because children with autism, I mentioned the sensory, a child with autism may not be able to sit in here. Another child with autism may want the light to them.
So it differs.
It differs. So different.
It differs. Mama V, your campaign, I know there are a lot of campaigns, going around with on autism. How different, I want to ask you, how different is your campaign from the others?
Okay, so with my campaign, one unique feature about it is the digital aspect that we've added to it. So in 2014, I was emerged the winner of the Tigo Digital Changemakers competition.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. So my team and I came up with an Android app that helps to promote awareness and also helps to support lives of children living with autism.
Okay.
So that is one unique thing that is helping in our
So the
campaign.
app does what exactly?
So the app has 3 basic features, and one is the picture exchange communication system for children living with autism. As Auntie Sewa was saying, most of them can't talk, but then they have a basic feature for learning, that is the PECS, called the picture exchange communication system. So if you go to the usual autism classroom, you could see the pictures on the walls that aids these kids to communicate. So we decided to bring that particular feature to a digital world where it will be convenient.
So in their homes they could watch it.
In their homes,
They could watch
even
it.
when the parents take their kids to the mall, they still have this basic PECS to help the kids to communicate. And then the second feature is the SMS helpline service, where with just a click of a button, you are connected to a neuropediatrician, a special needs educator, a very trained caregiver to assist you in how to take care of your child. And then the third feature is the awareness platform, so that it could help we, the youth, and others in the society to also read more about autism and then have the opportunity to volunteer to join us on field to do our basic autism awareness programs.
That's great, Mama V. That's great. More on autism after the break. We'll be right back.
The Hard Truth, Season 10, with Akosia Konedu, only on Viasat 1.
Brought to you by EcoBank. At EcoBank, we see a great future, one that's full of opportunity for those who want to be the best. With over 1,000 branches of a single bank across 33 African countries. It's a future where trade can flourish without boundaries. The future is breathtaking, with enormous cross-border investments helping business and government build new infrastructure, while individuals achieve their ambitions right across Africa. The future is Pan-African, and EcoBank is the Pan-African bank.
Welcome back, and it's still The Hard Truth. We are proudly brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Madam Sewa Kwino, founder and director of Autism Awareness Center, Training Center, is here, and Mamaga, I want to call her Mamaga Kosia Amwako 2014 Tigo, digital change maker and director of Autism Ambassadors of Ghana on the show. Let me ask you, Auntie Sewa, in 1998, when you founded your center or training center, looking at the progression, do you think that much has been seen with regards to creating awareness? Mama Guy is talking about awareness and the app she's brought, but from 1998 to now, have you seen much progress in this direction?
I have seen progress, but talking about much, I don't think we're in Accra, and everybody seems to be doing things in Accra, myself included. I started, but other autism centers are coming up, which is wonderful. But then what about those in the
Rural
other
areas.
regions, the rural areas? And, so that's a great concern to me. And as we speak today, it's good to realize I'm talking to somebody in Tamale, and he keeps saying, oh, come and do ACT over there. No, I can't. I can't divide myself. So I've really encouraged them to set up and another center over there. We're talking about helping people also in Kumasi setting up, because they keep saying, oh, want this or come here. But no, other people, they should do this, and then we will support. So the awareness is going out there, but it really hasn't gone there that much. So we need the Mama Gans, and we need more people. We need more like her to go out there to the communities, especially the youth who are now going to start having children, very soon. We need to go into the universities, we need to go into the all tertiary and even lower to let them know what autism is. So the awareness has gone out some, but I don't think it's really at the level.
Oh my
it
God,
should
have
be.
you seen a lot of support centers? I mean, you have an app, fantastic, but when you were researching, doing your findings, did you come across some support centers, Auntie Sewa and yourself didn't know about?
Yes, we came across some support centers, but even in the support centers, they really needed an advanced training on autism. And that is one thing we keep discussing all the time. So there are a lot of support centers, not much, which we are hoping to get much. At least even if every community would have a support center, it will really benefit the awareness program. So there are a few support centers, but we are hoping to get more as time goes on.
And so let me ask you, if we talk of support centers, people are thinking huge, me included. What should be there? I mean, if we want to create a support center for children with autism, what must be in that place?
That's a great question. We have to be careful. Autism has become the sexy word, I say. It happened in the US, it happened in the UK. Everybody says they're doing autism, but they really don't have a clue. So you can't just get up and say, I'm building. You go to places and they say, oh, we see children with autism. But they don't have any training. And that really boggles my mind. It's not about money. There's no money to be made in autism. If people are listening out there, it's about taking the money to the children. It's all about the children. So the support centers, people are going to start support centers and they have no clue. They shouldn't. They should first get training before they start. It isn't something that, oh, I go and do a 3-month training and then I say I go. People are going to, they have to go to school. In Ghana, because we don't have that yet, we can start small, but they have to have ongoing training, and realize that they must learn and work with children with autism. You can't say you're doing autism when you see a child with autism and you don't even know what to do. That's not possible. So they have to, and we tell our ambassadors this also, that so we encourage them, and this is what they've been doing, is coming to learn about the children, work with the children. Our art therapist comes there, they work with the children. Whoever comes, so, oh, I have child A is different, child B is different. You have to know before you say you can do this. It's not easy.
It's not just having a place and putting something, you need training basically. We'll be right back.
The Hard Truth, Season 10, with Akosia Konedu, only on Vice at 1.
Brought to you by EcoBank. At EcoBank, we see a great future. One that's full of opportunity for those who want to be the best. With over 1,000 branches of a single bank across 33 African countries. It's a future where trade can flourish without boundaries. The future is breathtaking, with enormous cross-border investments helping business and government build new infrastructure, while individuals achieve their ambitions right across Africa. The future is Pan-African, and EcoBank is the Pan-African bank.
Welcome back. You watching The Hard Truth, proudly brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Mama, what would you say? You have to go supporting you. I'm not sure it's always. Sometimes they do support. Auntie Sewa is talking about training before you could set up any center for autism. Is it difficult approaching people? You know, please give me money to support autistic children. Why can't the monies come from the parents? Let me take that first. Why can't parents whose wards are autistic, why can't they? Do they provide the monies for the training?
I would say it's not that the parents can't provide the money, but as we said earlier, having a child living with autism and providing all those basic special needs are very expensive. It's not easy providing those basic needs. It wouldn't just be as we don't want to offer any help or we don't want to pay for any service, but sometimes getting it themselves is difficult. So then what we have to do as ambassadors and volunteers is we help to solicit funds to support training, to support centers, to support parents.
So the money actually goes to, say, the tutors or
the caregivers, as we
exactly,
say.
the caregivers.
Yes, but the basic fact is going to raise funds for a child living with autism is very difficult because the society are still not getting why they need to offer support for these children. And that is a very big challenge we are facing.
Yeah, Auntie Sarah.
We have huge stigma.
Yeah.
The stigma is like,
Massive.
and then we also have self-stigma from the families. Self-stigma because in the society we live in, mothers are being called the witches. The children are saying they're possessed. I mean, people are saying the children are possessed and whatnot. So somebody
In the
in our
21st
Ghanaian-
century.
Yes, in our Ghanaian society, when you have a child and you get old, you're expecting the child to come and take care of you. But you have this child with autism, if he's not on the very high spectrum where he's going to university and whatnot, like, what do I expect from this child? So many of them don't pay the fees when they should. Sometimes, just recently, somebody said to me, I said, oh, your son hasn't come. He said, oh, because in January it was very difficult.
But
So-
did you mention the names you just mentioned to me? Bill Gates had autism, who Einstein, and
So
yes, all
we
of them.
mentioned it to them that, hey, my friend, you're doing a great disservice to this child. In the West, they are required to be educated. It is a must. Parents are having a hard time because some of them can't really afford the services. So we are always looking for funding to support them with scholarships. And this helps quite a bit. So it is difficult and people are not understanding. And I'd like to give a shout out to the people who support us. I know I can't mention names here.
Have you ever come across an institution who says my core CSR is to offer some funding to autistic children?
We have now, as in Tigo, really coming in to support. It's a process. They've started with us. They started when I won as a Tigo data chain maker, and then it's still ongoing. They are helping to build one center in one of the autism centers. And then I know it's not going to stop. There are more that they will be doing. But as to the other corporate institutions, we are just saying it out to them to choose autism as their corporate social responsibility and help provide funding to support these centers. For instance, as Auntie Sewa was saying, her center seems to be small now because the number is growing. A lot of children are coming. She needs to open up her center. She needs to get a new place to be able to get a lot of children. So it's about getting funding to do the work, the awareness work, the campaigns and everything, and then resources to keep the center running. Those are some of the basic things we need.
Auntie Sewa.
We don't really have the capacity to have somebody. We need like someone who's like raises funds the proper way to say, look here. And people just need to see what we do, because I am proud to say and see the children, and you see them, and we can give you videos. This is the child who came, and this is the child now. And so we're doing this, and we have what we call our work in progress. And now this is what we take to the funders. We are hoping to integrate them into society, into the schools, into regular secondary schools, into wherever, so they can be. And this is what inclusion should be. That, yes, we will still have centers. But so we have to deinstitutionalize the centers. Because when you have institutions, they don't run well, there's abuse, and there's all kinds of things. And in America, that I can talk about because I lived there, and in England, you'll find a lot of these centers have been shut down, and they're taking the children back into
the school,
because we're
regular
talking
schools.
about if you have a child with any kind of disability, they are right is to be educated with their peers.
Yes, 2nd April, that's tomorrow. What's happening? World Autism Day. What's happening in Ghana?
Tomorrow, 2nd April, marks the World Autism Awareness Day, and it's celebrated globally. So in Ghana here, the Autism Ambassadors of Ghana, in partnership with all the other autism groups, that is the Autism Society of Ghana and the others, are putting together an awareness walk. So the Autism Awareness Walk. And it will start...
So are the kids coming out to
the
walk
kids
too?
are coming,
Great.
volunteers, caregivers, parents. We are all joining the awareness walk. So we'll start the walk from the Children's Park, Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park, walk through to Sankara to Osu, and then we'll come back to the Children's Park to continue with the official ceremony. So tomorrow is a blue day.
Oh,
it's
blue.
a blue day for autism, so we are going blue for autism tomorrow.
Okay, that's how you know lovely blue today.
Yeah.
That's nice. And so, well, any final words?
Yes, there's also Light It Up Blue. We're hoping to light up some centers blue, so at night when people pass by, they'll see the blue lights flashing. So we still haven't gotten there though, but we trust that at least 1 or 2 centers will be lit up blue.
Okay.
And just remember, persons with autism, and approach a mother or father when you see a child acting up. Don't just shun them. Don't like, oh, look that way. Find out what's going on, how you can help. It's always very touching and helpful to a parent with a child with autism or a sibling that, oh, there's somebody who is not giving me funny looks or something. That at least, you know, we're just like you. We're different, but we're not less.
So it's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the World Autism Awareness Walk. It's happening at the Ifwa Sutherland Park. Time it's 8 a.m. in the morning. Come in your blue. It could be sea blue, any color of blue. Do you have a specific blue? No.
No.
Any shade of blue is perfect. You could contact Auntie Sewa on 0244 325919. Again, 0244 325919. And you could also donate to this account, EcoBank Autism Awareness Care and Training. Again, EcoBank Autism Awareness and Training. The account details are on the screen below. And contact Mamaga on 0279 258302. Again, 0279 258302. Thank you, ladies, for your time today.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
us.
So I've been talking to Madam Sewa Kweno, founder and director of Autism Awareness Care and Training Center, and Alice Mamaga Akuswamwako. I said it. She's pretty. She's the 2014 Tigo Digital Change Maker and the director of Autism Ambassadors of Ghana. My name is Nana Akosia Kunedu. Have a blissful, wonderful evening. Bye.
The Hard Truth, Season 10, with Akosia Konedu, only on Vice at 1.
Brought to you by EcoBank.